What's going on, guys? Radio Graffiti here, and today I want to talk to you guys about Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. This is supposedly the last Mission Impossible movie, a franchise that I actually like very much. I look at them as more intelligent Fast and the Furious movies with much better actors. I still think Mission Impossible Fallout is one of the best action movies of the past decade. Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol were pretty solid as well. The last Mission Impossible movie was just kind of okay. It wasn't awful or anything. It just was kind of a step down from the Mission Impossible movies before that. And unfortunately, I feel like The Final Reckoning takes all the worst aspects of the last Mission Impossible movie and multiplies it by 5. I really do like this franchise, but this one in particular, I just really did not enjoy this movie at all. I was kind of nervous when the reviews came out and everybody was talking about, oh, it has pacing issues, it's 3 hours long, and there's not much action. I kind of knew what I was in for, just complete torture. But yet, I went and seen this movie Friday morning, and yeah, it's about what you would expect. If you've seen the last Mission Impossible movie, you probably already know what to expect, just from the information I've already given you. Unfortunately, they bring back Gabriel and The Entity. This is basically a part 2 of the last movie, which was what it was originally supposed to be. And boy, they really should have just not done that. Gabriel and The Entity, they're shit villains. Gabriel, he's a nothing burger of a character. He shows up once or twice in the beginning of this film, and then he doesn't show up until about the third act. And it's like the beginning of the film, he's more calm and chill like he was in the last movie. And then you get to the third act and all of a sudden he's, laughing and he's more of a comical character. He's screaming out, "Catch me if you can, Ethan." Kind of feels like you're watching a Batman villain from the 60s TV show. Like he's just comically evil and bad by the end of the film. Such a nothing burger of a villain. He was really lame. Him and Ethan don't even square off at all in the film. And The Entity is basically just a super evil AI computer thingy. That's not interesting for a villain. The plot is extremely complicated, way more complicated than it needs to be. Which is kind of normal for a Mission Impossible movie, if we're going to be honest, but this one in particular was just extremely boring the way they presented it. Characters just constantly explaining things, explaining missiles, everyone talking about how evil the entity is. Oh, it's going to destroy the world. Oh, it's so evil. What does this key do? Dude, they show that key just as much as they did in the last movie. I am so tired of seeing that stupid fucking key. 2 movies in a row now have been about that damn key and what it unlocks. It feels like just deja vu from the last Mission Impossible movie. Only the action isn't as good. There's only like 2 big action scenes, I guess you could say, in the entire movie. The first one, they don't even show it. And then the last one is at the very end of the film in the third act, which is actually probably the best part of the film is the third act. They're both hanging off a plane, fighting each other. I thought that was actually pretty cool. And then you got Benji dying, trying to tell Hayley Atwell what to do while Mantis is operating on him. That was all pretty cool. The third act isn't that bad. But man, the rest of it is just a constant drag. If you've watched or read any other reviews for this movie, you already know what I'm talking about. It's just exposition after exposition, characters constantly explaining things. It's just extremely boring. When I got to Tom Cruise going underwater, I kind of just dozed off because I was already checked out at that point. I woke up, he was still underwater. There's just so many scenes that go on for way too long. This movie did not need to be 3 hours long, because it's just a continuation of the last movie. Like, I'm sorry, Ethan Hunt going up against AI is not interesting enough to make 2 movies about it that are both almost 3 hours long. We spent almost 6 hours with Tom Cruise trying to take on an evil AI thingy and a generic, cartoonish villain in Gabriel. This story was not that interesting to do that much. You should have just concluded it in the last movie. But yes, besides that, Tom Cruise, he's pretty good in the film, just as he is in every Mission Impossible movie. Ethan Hunt is basically just a super soldier. Nothing can kill him. No matter what the odds are, he literally dies and comes back to life because Hayley Atwell puts her gigantic tits on him. Like, literally nothing can kill Ethan Hunt. They've tried to shoot him every movie. They've tried blowing him up pretty much every movie. Nothing ever works. this guy is indestructible. He doesn't even feel like a human being anymore. Just feels like a freaking super soldier. Hayley Atwell doesn't really do much. She's really nice to look at though, so she doesn't really have to do much. My favorite part of the film with her in it is when Tom Cruise tells her, don't go near the ice. Because he has this vision that the AI gives him where she blows up in an area where it's all icy and stuff. And then 25 minutes later, they go take a mission to go out on the ice and everything. I'm like, okay. Even though he literally just wanted you not to do that, you're going to go take a mission out around the ice. And they never address that. Luther dies pretty early on in the film. I don't know if the actor was just really sick and couldn't do any scenes or whatever. That was really weird. But RIP to Luther, I guess. Okay, let's be honest here. No one really cares about the characters in the Mission Impossible movies like that, No one's excited for the latest Mission Impossible movie to see what fucking Benji's gonna do. Most of the people who watch these movies can't even name 6 characters in them. Luther's just kind of always been the guy in the chair who gives information over a microphone or an earpiece or whatever to Ethan and the team, telling them how to defuse a bomb or whatever. That's pretty much been his role for the latest 3 movies. He barely even sits up anymore. Nobody really seemed to care that much that he died anyway in the film. He gets told a couple of times, sorry for your loss. And then he gets a voiceover at the end of the film. That's pretty much it. For some reason, the random cop guy from the last movie just kind of sticks around a lot. Like, he's just kind of there. I don't really know what he was doing there for so long or how he even got stuck to being on the team. But yeah, he just kind of hangs out. He doesn't really do or say much. He's kind of just there. That's pretty much the same I can say for like 4 other characters in this film. They get introduced in here or come back and they kind of just stay in the background. Just like Mantis from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. She kind of just sits in the background. She's like an assassin who wants to kill Gabriel, but she never does, so she's kind of just there. She has no purpose in the film. There's a lot of characters just like that, so. Too many characters, too many people talking all throughout the film. No one comes to the Mission Impossible movies for plot. We come for the action scenes, and the action scenes were pretty disappointing this time. Like the plane scene at the end of the film, pretty cool, but not worth the torture of the rest of the film. This might just be the worst Mission Impossible movie. I haven't seen the second one in a long time, but everyone kind of looks at that one as the worst. We'll get some competition now. Final Reckoning could just be in that conversation now. At least in my opinion. This was a pretty weak addition to the Mission Impossible franchise. Hopefully this is the final one, and they don't embarrass themselves by making an even worse one to go out on. Because trust me, it can always get worse. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Mission Impossible. The Final Reckoning, if this really is the last Mission Impossible movie, then it really went out on kind of a whimper. This movie's probably going to bomb in the box office. It has a budget of like $400 million. And I don't see people being too excited to go tell their friends about this, considering it's so low on action and it's extremely long. Just people talking for like 2 hours and 30 minutes of it. But yeah, what did you guys think about Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.